Main man, made man here. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing. You know, on this Saturday, I get up to read some good boxing news to see what's going on, man. And the first thing that I see is Amir Khan out basically saying that he is ready to fight my main man, Kell Brook now, man. Ain't that funny to me? Ain't that funny? Kell Brook is in the biggest fight of his career, all right? Most popular as he's ever been in his entire career. His name is ringing bells all around the globe. Everyone knows the name of Kell Brook. And now here comes Amir Khan. Now, the thing is, Khan is, I actually, believe it or not, like the way he's approaching this fight. Now, one thing you got to give Khan credit for is that he actually is waiting for the right time to have this fight. I was giving Khan a bunch of shit over the years. Win. Well, quite honestly, after the Kell Brook and Errol Spence fight, win, lose, or draw for either man, it'd be great for Amir Khan to get a fight. Now, Khan is in a position where he ain't got nobody. He was once the number one contender by the WBC until he went up to face Canelo Alvarez. He went up to 160 pounds to face, a catch weight of 155 pounds to face Canelo Alvarez. And at that point, he got dropped. He damaged his hand and he tries to come back down to welterweight. Now, it's kind of funny because I talk about this one all the time, is that Khan at the time had arranged an arrangement with the WBC if he went up in weight and came back down, where he will still remain the number one contender, which he was when he originally came back down. But I guess the WBC didn't have a credible reason to say, why did we do this? Outside of the fact that they never gave Khan his proper shot. Floyd Money Mayweather held the WBC title for a long time, and Khan was the mandatory, but they never enforced that fight. And now that when Danny Garcia had the belt, and Khan was the number one contender, they never enforced that fight. They allowed Khan to go and Garcia to go into a unification with Keith Thurman, and they allowed Garcia to face other fighters, if you will. What was the dude? I forget the name of the guy, Sammy Vargas or whatever his name was, man. But anyway, they never enforced Amir Khan, so we don't really know what Khan lays at. And now they just had the Berto and Porter fight, and the winner of that fight becomes the number one contender by the WBC. So this puts Khan in a very peculiar space, if you will. You know what I mean? It puts him in limbo, but I don't know where Khan sits at amongst the WBC. I see the rankings and they're all over the fucking place, man. But the fact still remains is that Khan now has basically no big names on his radar, given his decision to go up there and face Canelo and given him healing from his injuries. And I'm here, he's due for a fight very soon. So if he takes a soft touch right now, it won't ring any bells. I don't know who undercard he gets on, but it won't ring any fucking bells whatsoever. So he now is at a point where he's in a corner. And he really needs Kell Brook. Well, guess what? I believe that win, lose, or draw, Kell Brook will take the Amir Khan fight, because Amir Khan has been like the Pied Piper in this situation. Whatever he does, whatever he says, Kell Brook obliges for some fucking reason. You know what I mean? He's been wanting this fight. He knows the amount of money that's involved with that fight. It's a very popular fight in the UK. And now at this point, it's been built up so long where it's a very popular fight just among sports fans and boxing fans in general, So, believe it or not, as frustrating as it may sound, you actually got to give your hats off to Amir Khan, because through his posturing, through his shit talking in the media over these last couple years, it has now built possibly a super fight, whether Kell Brook win, lose, or draw. So if Kell Brook is want to get upset, I don't think it's a good time to get upset, because thanks to Amir Khan and his posturing and bullshitting, you now have not one, but two good fights on your radar, because you got the Errol Spence fight and win, lose, or draw. But Kell Brook will want to win that fight between him and Errol Spence in order to go into the Khan fight as the A side. If he loses to Errol Spence, by the time he just turns around and try to negotiate a fight with Khan, and Khan will be playing much more harder ball then he would definitely be B-side, subjected to Amir Khan's every demand, every whim, every little bitch, every little moan. You know what I'm saying? So it would be in Kell Brook's best interest to get past Errol Spence, beat him, retain his IBF title, maybe look to make a fight with Khan next, but at this time going into the fight as the A side. So Khan is funny as fuck, man. You know what I mean? Cute. I remember one time when Kell Brook originally won the IBF title from Sean Porter. Right in his post-fight interview, he stated that he was going to put Amir Khan's ass in Q. You know what I'm saying? He started smelling himself a little bit. That's what that A side do to you. At least at the time, he thought he would be the A side over Khan, but Khan's popularity over the years has remained steady and kept him the A side over Kell Brook due to how popular of a fighter he is. So it's funny, man, but you know, though it's frustrating and though a lot of us Kell Brook fans got a lot of names to call Amir Khan, I'm going to sit back and say, you know, if Khan is going to stay true to his word, which he's well on record now stating that win, lose or draw, that he would face Kell Brook. And according to the quote that's out, let me give this quote before I end the video, and I quote, Kell Brook is coming off a loss to Triple G, where he went up a weight, and I did that too against Canelo Alvarez, Khan said to Sky Sports. So I think it makes sense for us to fight now. He's got Errol Spence next, and if he wins that, then it's a title fight. But I think it's a big fight without a title. I think it's one that the fight fans want to see. Now, Kell Brook has got to be beware of one thing, though, in that statement that I noticed. Amir Khan stated that if he wins, then it's a title fight. But I think if it's a big fight without a title. Now, the reason I say that's a big deal, because if Kell Brook defeats Errol Spence, retains his title, then the IBF rules will come into play, in which Kell Brook will he's due to get 75% of the purse, or given that Amir Khan is not ranked amongst, I don't think ranked amongst the IBF right now, there could be some speaks of, you know, how they're going to arrange this fight. And Amir Khan may be looking to get the fight with Brook outside of the IBF or without the IBF title involved. So maybe win, lose, or draw for Kell Brook, even if he wins and keeps his title. You know, maybe Khan will look to say, no, we're not going to use the IBF rules. We're not going to fight for this sanctioning body. And also, this still gives Amir Khan a chance to get more in negotiations. You know what I'm saying? Because the IBF rules for their champion, they look out for their champion in most cases. They get, like a 75-25% split. That's what's going down with Kell Brook and Errol Spence. So maybe Khan just don't want to play by those rules. So Kell Brook needs to be aware of that type of talk, man. Real talk. But either way, man, hopefully we get the fight, man. Hopefully the negotiation process won't eat us alive, you know what I mean? And they actually, and Khan sticks to his word, with whether Kell Brook win, lose, or draw, he gives them an opportunity, man. So let's hope and see how that go, man. To the next video, Main Man Made Man. Don't forget to subscribe, Twitter, Made Man 511, Facebook, Main Man Made Man Boxing Forum, Google Plus, Main Man Made Man. This has been a big fight. Khan is, you know, I've always given props and credit for being a decent businessman, you know what I'm saying? Also a pretty decent negotiator when it comes to his fights. But in this particular case, you got to take your hats off to Khan, because if it was up to Kell Brook, they would have fought a long time ago. And it would have been a good fight. It wouldn't have been a super fight. But now at this point, from all of the posturing over the years due to Amir Khan, now Kell Brook has two good fights, maybe even two good super fights on his hand. But we'll see. To the next video. Peace out.